Well, walk it through us, you two. What did we just see?
Me first. Well, I think we kind of started out kind of slow, didn't have a ton of energy, and I think when the third set came, I think we were down, and we just started playing for each other and with like another fire under us. Like we fought after that for every single point, and I don't think we ever backed down after that.
For some reason, we like to get ourselves into those situations, but I think that's what we've become really, really good at. And I think once we got that third set under our belt, it was all confidence from there.
What was different about tonight than 2 nights ago?
I mean, it's Omaha. I mean, we played them a lot in the past 3 years since I've been here, and it's a different game when we play them. I think it means something more.
They hit over 600 that first set. What did they do well right away?
I think just hitting the areas we weren't. Like, I think we weren't necessarily always ready to make a play, and I think when we started to make that change, we started digging balls, blocking balls, and just playing team defense after that.
What was that change?
I think it was just controlling our side, like flying after the balls, making plays, like playing together.
Yeah, it felt like a big crescendo, right? And, whether it was started in the back row, then the sets got better, and then the swings got better. Blocks became very much involved, and then I think it was 9 straight points we scored to end the fourth. Was there any doubt we weren't going to win the fifth?
No. I think we're really good on the fifth set, and that's what we do best at. And our crowd was amazing tonight, and they showed up on Tuesday, and they showed up again on Thursday, and they had our backs the whole time.
So when you come in, and you don't know you're coming in, that's obviously a tough situation, but what is the message when you're huddling, and how do you guys change when you're leading?
I think the biggest thing is I know that they have my back and I have their back, and they're going to fight just as hard for me and as anyone else, and we can do this together.
We counted 15 aces. That's the most since 2012. Was it just a good night? Were you just hitting them well? What was it?
Well, I
didn't even know that.
I think B's 3 in a row definitely was pretty amazing, but I think we, for the most part, served aggressive, and after set 1 probably especially.
I think this is 5 of your last 6. You guys have gone a fifth set, but you've won 4 of them. I mean, I know it's not the plan, but it does mean something when you win more fifth sets than you lose, right?
Yeah, I think obviously we don't want to play 5. We'd like to get it done as quickly as possible, but the fact that we are able to essentially maybe not start off the best but finish way better than we started is something good about this team. I think it shows a lot.
Just opening statements?
What an incredible match. The players mentioned it, but we started kind of slow. I think we were, I don't know if it was nerves or just it took us a little bit to really get into a rhythm on our side of the net. But that second set definitely got away from us. We had a lead, and they finished on a 6-1 run to finish that second set and go up 2-0. Really we talked about it afterwards of just like we were in control, and then we just let it slip away a little bit. So I think with that it gave us a little bit of confidence that we could be there at the end. We should be there at the end. And I do think we got better as the match went on. Obviously they hit out an incredible clip in the first set, and then just as the match went on, we were able to defensively slow them down or make them make some errors, which obviously brought their hitting percentage down quite a bit as the match went on. And I think for us, we actually got a little bit better as we went, just a little bit more controlled, a little bit more, I would say intentional in some ways. But serving was a huge part of it. I felt like even early on, I think we had 5 aces in the first set, and then 6 aces in the fourth set, which obviously are really high numbers. But I just felt like even when we weren't necessarily getting aces, I felt like we were getting them out of system more than the last time we played them, and it allowed us to play better defense around. So, resiliency is a word that we've used a lot with our team, and this has been a tough stretch, the 4 matches in 8 days, and obviously being able to finish that 4th match here at home in front of our home crowd definitely made a difference for us, but really proud of us for being able to pull out that 5th set win when our backs were against the wall after that second set.
Having your setter go down in the middle of a match is tough. To change on the fly is tough, but a lot of credit to Brooklyn, a veteran, to come in. And what did she bring? How did you guys change with her?
Yeah, I said it on Tuesday, and I'll say it again. When that happened, there was no sense of there was no fear, there was no second guessing. Again, we've seen Brooklyn all year in practice, and throw Maddie in there too. Like, we have 3 really good setters on our roster right now. So we feel like in that moment that Brooklyn was going to be able to come in and do some good things. I think she just gave us a little bit of a spark that we needed. I think she looked a lot more confident even tonight than what she did on Tuesday. And I think just with that experience, she just kept getting better. But she had some big digs for us. She obviously served the ball really well. And that was really a huge key to our success. I think she ended with 4 aces. But again, that doesn't show how many times she got them out of system too. So I thought she did a great job. And the team rallied around, which is exactly what we would have expected. And that's just kind of what we've come to expect out of this team.
Yeah, you play, you said 4 matches in 8 days. I feel like, your depth is really shining through, and you're able to use a bunch of different options. I think of Katie Clancy, who was able to step in when you needed someone. Has that helped you had success through a 5-set match?
100%. I mean, being able to use our depth, being able to use our bench, and have other people come in and not only give a spark, but maybe execute a little bit of a higher rate. Kylan was getting a little stressed out in the back row. They were targeting her with the serve, and it's going to happen sometimes. And she's had matches where she's done really well there, and she struggled on that area a little bit tonight. But Katie was able to come in, do a really good job of taking care of that first contact, and she's a little fiery, and I love that. And I think she again gave a little bit of a spark that we needed in a moment where there probably was a little bit of stress. So, I think we've had other years like this where we've been able to utilize our depth, and it's something that we've talked a lot about really all the way back to the preseason. But I do think right now, especially in the stretch of 4 matches in 8 days, when some people are taking a ton of swings and passing a lot of balls, it definitely helped us to be able to make some switches and find some better matchups.
Down 15-12 in set 4. You won 25-17. How?
I'll take that. Serving. Defensively we made some plays, but really I credit our servers. They just did a good job of hitting their zones. They were confident. Obviously we still had 10 errors, but I'll take 10 errors with 15 aces, and 10 errors over 5 sets is a pretty good number still. So, serving. I felt really good with once we started kind of seeing that run, seeing that momentum shift, that we were going to be able to close that out even when it wasn't that big of a gap. But definitely our serving.
Can you talk about Samantha's night?
Yeah, I mean, Sam had a great night for us. She did have a couple errors, I think, down the stretch a little bit, but she's somebody that just, with the more experience she gets, she's just really learning about herself, what she's able to do. And at one point I actually just looked at her and said, hey, I think you're taking good swings. You're just not using your full jump. It's a little bit more of. She was smooth, but she wasn't fully using her acceleration. And once she made that switch, I mean, she was able to go off. She's got really good hand contact. She's able to use the corners of the block, high hands. She tooled quite a bit tonight, and with that control, she was able to keep them kind of guessing a little bit. So, it's a big match for a freshman, and she handled it extremely well.
Congratulations, Coach. Thanks.
Thank you.